back here again, and I'm so glad you're watching my channel. Thank you so much. But do hit subscribe and notifications. Today I am putting a couple of highlighters head to head. Got Model Zone Sculpt and Glow in Peach Pearl and Wet n Wild Mega Glow in Blossom Glow. The shades are very similar, so let's see. See, if you look at them, they're quite similar. There's a slight tonal difference, but I don't think it'll be much since I am going public today, so I don't want to look ridiculous, but I am very eager to try this. Okay, so first, let's go with Model Zone. This is the one that I was kind of on the fence about. I like it. I do. I'm a little concerned about texture issues. They're not as bad as some other ones that I've been eyeballing, and the color's gorgeous, and I'm a ridiculous Anglophile, and it's kind of sad, really. Alright, so yeah, some texture issues, not so bad. Color is gorgeous, like a nice, peach pearl. Yeah, the shade name is quite descriptive. Now just kind of get that off of here, and let's give a stab with Wet n Wild Blossom Glow. See if I can see if they're similar enough for me to save a little cash, or whether one's a much better product, or what's going on. The little flower's pretty, but you know, it's starting to get a little messed up right there. Oh darn, that's what happens when you use things. The beautiful imprint is no longer an issue. Okay, let's give that a go. Okay, that is, that's also quite pretty. Let's see, dang it. This is going to be an interesting test. I'm going to see how these wear throughout the day. And let me slap a little bit more of the Model Zone on, I think. It was weird because I swatched it late at night and it was dark in here. So I used a flashlight to take a look, and it looked very sparkly in the flashlight. Not the Model Zone, the Wet n Wild. I just couldn't stand it anymore and I had to crack it open. But okay, this, I see. All right. Well, now I want a little more Wet n Wild. Okay, let's see. I want to give it a good solid chance, and then I can tweak with application amounts later. But yeah, wow, this is tough. This is very tough. I am going to see how they perform in the daylight and throughout my day, and I will let you know how it goes. I am really excited about this. I'm going to laugh my head off if Wet n Wild will do the trick. Thank you so much, and I'll be back. Hi, welcome back for part 2 of my test, Model Zone versus Wet n Wild, or is it vice versa? I've been rethinking keeping the Model Zone palette. I really did love the Dulce color. Oops, I put the labels on backwards. But the Dulce color I absolutely love. The other two I like. And as I said before, I did find a little bit of texture issues in the cheeks, but that's only because I wasn't wearing a filling primer, and this other one didn't seem to matter. But what really sort of sold it for me to keep this palette after all is that, given sale price and a 20% off item coupon, this was $8.62. They normally retail for $15, so it just seems foolish to return it at this point. However, I do want to test it up against Wet n Wild Botanic Dream. Now, I'm going to go ahead and swatch that first. I was playing around with it a little last night, but I wanted to show you guys something. Okay, there's the Wet n Wild Botanic Dream. Can you see that? Looks kind of dark on me. I almost just bailed out on this test altogether, but what fun is that? Can't make a post out of bailing out of it. Now, when you look at the pan, it seems to be somewhere in between the dulce and the maple. So I'm going to swatch them on either side to just show you what I'm looking at here. This is the dulce. See how much lighter the dulce is? It shows up on my skin. Now let's look at maple. Now with maple, you're expecting something fairly dark, aren't you? But no. See, this is the Wet n Wild right here. That is maple. And that is dulce. Now the dulce shows up a lot better than the maple does, but I already told you about that. But see how dark this is? This Botanic Dream? Now, the problem I have, being a light person, and yes, however, it can occasionally come with challenges. The main one being I'm on the light end of the makeup spectrum. When I was in high school, I actually wound up having to use a concealer as a foundation because I could not find foundation in my shade. Of course, this was also the 80s when tans were in fashion, so that had part to do with it. Obviously, the shade offerings have gotten even better. Even in Fenty Beauty, I am the next to lightest shade rather than the lightest shade. Actually, my friend, who's practically a ghost, she was actually able to find that the Fenty foundation did work for her skin tone. So we were very impressed by that. But just for fun, I'm going to throw this on. Now, I've actually seen a lot of YouTubers talking about this color and how beautiful it is and all that. So, all right, just slapping it on there. And yeah, I'm going to give this a fairly good stroke to get a look here. Now, yes, the color is beautiful. Do I see some shininess on there? Yes. You know, some shiny, some pretty color, but the goal of wearing highlighter is to have it make my cheekbones look higher and more prominent, not just to put an extra stripe of some kind of fancy blush on my cheek. That I don't need. So I'm going to say that Botanic Dream. This is Botanic Dream. Did I say Blossom Glow? Well, it's Botanic Dream. Blossom Glow didn't work either. That's the one I tried before. And actually that and that Model Zone Peach Pearl, neither of those lasted. Yes, the weather is warm, but it's not that warm. And even after a few hours, I could not really tell the difference between just the parts where my skin was getting shiny because it's warm and I'm a grease ball, and the parts that I had deliberately highlighted. So I was very disgusted with that. Those are both going back. But I was very eager to get to do the test on this last one because this is definitely going back. And once I return some things, then I can take and use the money to buy other things because I don't get PR. Why? Because I'm brand new. I hope to get PR someday. I'm not even going to lie, but what I do intend to do is still give honest reviews of anything I get. So yeah, I understand why YouTubers, like the Wet n Wild, particularly at the price point. It is very pretty, and probably with the right, with the right primers and setting and all that. Yeah, I think this would work for a lot of people. I am not one of them. I am too light for this.